तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यः कर्ता हेतु क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति श्रीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्रितं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। Today we are going to see Yoga Vasishtha Nirvana Prakaran, last part and second half. In that chapter number is 125th. We have been discussing on the answer given by Vasishtha ji to Ram on the question, how is the Maya, the illusive power, how is its form, how it works, what is its identity, how to know it is Maya. So Vasishtha ji gave the story of King Vipasit to understand how Maya works. So from its illusive power which works as the world phenomena, that is what we have to learn from the story of Vipasit. And Vipasit was one king, and he was the devotee of fire god, which is the basic element of 5 elements, one of the basic elements, and it has the subtle and gross both powers immensely. It controls the whole world. So fire god gave a boon to Vipasit to be able to see the world. And the king became 4. He was 1. He obtained 4 bodies of same DNA. And they, all the 4 copies of one Vipasit, they traveled in 4 sides to see the end of the creation. So they went across many islands and continents and oceans, and in between they had different experiences. Somewhere they were in trouble, but because of the boon, they overcome all those obstacles in the way, and they could advance in the path differently. So again Ram puts the question, how one person will have different experiences. That also Guru Vasishtha ji explains. One, when becomes four, his experiences will be different from each other, but DNA accepting body means the individuality will be same. So it is possible. This is called Maya. This is the illusory power. One becomes many, and one will have different experiences in different parts of the body. So that is what we are discussing, and we discussed how the yogis, they apply their yogic powers, and being one, they can act in different forms, in different fields, in different times, and in different situations, and will do different activities because of the power of yoga. So that is possible, and all these we discuss which is possible in the illusory power, because we have to come to the end of all these discussions that one is truth, and it has taken many forms, identifying itself limitedly as individual bodies, individual beings in different, numerable different bodies, and it works differently, and difference, creating difference, is the law of nature, Maya. This is how the yogis act, and also the absolute creates all these creations, innumerable creations, by illusory power, that is nothing but imaginations only, imaginary power, which is not reality. In the he the Guru Vasishtha gave the example of dream to clarify this point. In dream, one person becomes many and experiences differently, and it is possible in dream, which is not reality. Similarly, in this world, which is nothing but a long, continuous dream for the absolute, everything is possible here. In many, in one. All these many are due to the creative power which creates the difference between all the identities. This is how the Maya works. इसीलिए ये तीनों जगत विज्ञान घन रूप ही है। आकाशता का त्याग न करता हुआ अपनी सत्ता से उस पर अनुग्रह करता हुआ सर्वात्मा ही आकाश रूप से स्थित है। भाव यह है कि अविकृत सच्चिदात्मा की ही आकाश आदि रूप से स्थित है। So finally we come to this point that one, the absolute truth which never changes, which is unchangeable in all conditions. It is unconditional, and yet it appears as many, and it it is merciful on itself. That means it plays in itself. It plays just like the children play in the courtyard. Without anything, they play on by themselves without any other children. They play by themselves. They create the games and they play by themselves. And they create in a sandy beach. They create anything and everything in the sand, which is so temporary. But yet they create something and play in it, and in the end they destroy everything, but yet they never get unhappiness. In all conditions they enjoy the games, whether it is created or it is damaged, it is destroyed. In all conditions the children enjoy the game. And also another example Basidji gave, just as many reflections we see in one surface, that is opaque in on the mirror, in one plane mirror we see different distances, differences in the reflections, and one in many, many in one also is seen in the reflecting uh, mirror. And in mirror, one plane we see the depth, distance and everything, all the differences. So world is just like a series of reflections in one identity, that is because of its clarity and purity and perfection and luminosity. All these differences are reflected in one absolute truth, which plays the role of a mirror. Mirror reflects because of its purity, cleanness. And other example also is given, just like many stories in one story, and one story has many branches of it. In one we see in the novels many uh, different roles played by different people in one story. Other example also is given, one act play. One person plays different roles in different ways with different activities, but he plays all the different roles being one. That also one act play. That also is take for example. And many examples are given to explain, just as the waves in the water, they are not different from the water without giving up its originality. The waves become many and they have differences in themselves and many do- bubbles, whirlpools, the uh, motion in the water. Though water remains as same water in all conditions, yet we see the differences. It is only because of the different angles of vision on one object. So angle of vision changes and they have differences, but not there we find any differences in the object. Other example also we gave. One mountain looks different shapes from different angle when we go around the mountain. From different angle it looks differently. And all the differences are seen in one angle, that is the top angle, all round angles. From the top one can see all the differences at a glance. And we saw how all round vision gives at a glance, it sees all the differences at present, though there is difference in different angles. The time differs, the angle of because of angle of vision, and the space, the conditions, and the forms, names, everything differs because of different angles. And that all the differences are seen from one top at a glance, which goes beyond the differences. That means which is beyond time, space, and conditions. That is the top view, one all-round angle vision. That is what is the vision of the Creator, the Absolute, and all these creations are different from each other. So this is possible, this is called Maya, this is called the nature or the illusive power. By the story of King Vipachit, Vasishtha gives the clarity to Ram how the differences are in no difference, and no difference is seen in differences. One is seen in many and many is seen in one. इसीलिए तीनों जगत विज्ञान रूपी है. From all these examples and analytical discussions we see and different logics we see, there is one absolute substratum which is knowledge absolute, and that alone exists, which experiences all these, and that is like the sky, which without changing its identity, its qualities, it becomes many and it is seen in many identities. The same sky becomes the air, fire, water, and earth, and by mixture of all these five elements, there are so many innumerable identities, gross and subtle forms, which are different from each other, but yet they are one in the absolute substratum, that is sky. Sky is endless. And that is what was wanted by the king to be seen, to see the beyond, to see the beyond. What is there beyond all this? To go beyond the horizon. This point we have discussed many times in the end of different stories. We come to this point only after all the stories we have undergone in this text. In the end, we come to this point. The absolute only exists, and all other objects are non existence, but yet they appear to be something. This is how the illusive power works. This is the form of illusive power, Maya. This is how it reacts. We saw the example of water. We saw the example of mountain. One mountain, the different ranges, different shapes and sizes. We saw the example of sky. One sky has become so many. Though we see nothing in the sky, which is the support for all these names and forms. So finally we come to this conclusion that the absolute works as the sky, as the substratum for everything. We say generally the sky is empty, but all these identities, all these and all these creatures, we can say creature because they are created. So they are creatures, beings. They have become. So all these beings are there in the sky only, in the womb of sky. So though sky looks to be empty, vacuum, but yet everything is there in the womb of the sky. So we can say conclusively, sky is, though it is empty, yet it is full by itself. It is all pervading and all knowing, all holding, and everything. The sky is everything. So when sky is aware of itself, that is called awareness sky. In Sanskrit we call it Chidakas. Chit means awareness, knowledge. It knows that it exists. It knows that it knows itself, and it is quite satisfied, contented by its existence. So this is how we call it Sat, existence absolute, Chit, knowledge absolute, and Anand, the contentment absolute. This contentment is otherwise known as silence, where everything is silent, no movement. This is otherwise known as the stability or equilibrium, state of equilibrium. In different ways it is described by different seers, but the truth is one, and the seers have seen it, explained it, which is unexpressible. They have expressed it in words differently. Don't be confused. All these explanations, all these examples, all these different angles of vision, they see only one thing, the center or the periphery, same thing. The center is periphery and periphery is the center. One is expanded endlessly and the expansion is centered in absolute subtle way. That is how it is said as Anuranyan, smaller than the smallest, the central point, and the expansion is greater than the greatest, which is beyond, beyond everything, because it has got no end. And yes, all the contradictions are seen in one. When you see your face in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see the mirror or yourself, your reflection? What do you see? The difference is no different. Yes, the center is expanded in all directions, in all sides, in 360 degree to the power 360 to the power infinity degrees. That's how everything is confusing. Everything clashes against each other. For example, you can say the in the ocean of bliss or in water ocean, let it be water or bliss, it is the same ocean. When the waves dash against each other and many waves are created, does the water give up its identity or its properties? Never. Water remains water in all the conditions. If many waves are created and they dash against each other and they go on becoming, multiplying and becoming many, and many innumerable bubbles are created, they get created every moment and they get destroyed every moment. Does ocean give up its properties? And if the bubble wants to measure or see the ocean, how it can? The smallest identity, which is momentary in comparison with the ocean. How do you see? Can a bubble measure the depth and width or the properties of the ocean? Can it go to see the end of the ocean? Similarly, a individual being, if wants to see the beyond, It is impossible. It is impossible. And that's how we have so many questions. The world is full of questions because it is so complicated. Everywhere in all conditions only questions are there. So world is defined as a question. But of course one should put the question and get the answer. This is the way to understand the circumstances and the surroundings. Tat vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Gita also gives us the same conclusion, same guidance. Know that, that means the absolute, by questioning to the Guru, and you should question in proper manner. Huh? There is way of questioning. You must be humble to, you must give something to get something. So your humility, your devotion, your service to the Guru, all these are important. And then only you can question to the Guru, and Guru will answer. And then if you have faith and devotion, one-pointed mind, then only you can understand the truth, guided by your Guru. But there are some questions which are क्या कहते हैं उसको, बैन कर देते हैं. They are banned forever. Unquestionable question. अति प्रश्न जैसे, अति प्रश्न. Questions should be reasonable, and questions are put in same level. So you should not question above your level. That is called unquestionable question. You should question on your level. And answers are given in same level of question. So the question beyond is answer beyond. So you cannot go beyond. You cannot understand what is the answer of your question. So this should not be asked. This is called unquestionable question. It is banned forever. Now we have somewhat understood how is the nature's nature. माया सबल ही जगदात्मक है, वही दृष्टा और दृश्य के रूप में जगत रूप में उदित हुआ है. He explains the seer and seen object and seeing process, the triads, seer, seen and seeing, they are not different from each other, they are in one. They are in one. Just as you see your own body by yourself. Yourself means by the body is seen in the body. Means the eye sees the hands. Eyes are in the body, so the body sees, and hands are in the body, so the eye sees hands, means the body sees the body in the body, not outside the body. Similarly, the absolute sees itself, the seer, and seen is its own body, which is endless and limitless and infinite. It sees itself in itself. So, these triads are not different from each other, they are one in one in one, which appears to be many in one. दृष्टा और दृश्य के रूप से जगत रूप में उदित हुआ है. दिस इज कॉल्ड द वर्ल्ड which is triad in one. Triad in one. The seer, seen and seeing, all these three are in one, that is called world. And that is your body also, the individual also, and that is infinite also. The cosmic body also is in same way you have to see. The cosmic body sees the innumerable forms of itself within itself, by itself. So, just as we define the democratic government is nothing but subjects. It is by the people, of the people, for the people, from the people, in the people. Everything is people. It is people only which appears as a government ruling party within itself. Similarly, we can see everywhere the same example. One tree, all these leaves are tree only, the branches are tree only, and all these flowers, buds and fruits are tree only. The shading, dried leaf also is a tree only, and new leaves are tree only. So we see tree in tree as many. Everywhere. Nature is not different from the nature holder. Your characteristic, your thoughts, your speech, your breath, your actions are not different from you. So, you means your identity means your nature, your characteristics, your thoughts, your vision, your senses, your actions, your experiences, everything is in total called yourself. This is how everywhere we see the same example, but when we analyze it, we see it clearly, or else we are duped by manyness and by confusive situation. We are bewildered, so our life is a question. See this small child, Balakrishna. Whatever it sees, he says, what is this? What for? When? How? Whom? Whose? Everything goes on asking. All the children, they are full of questions because they are new to all these objects. Now, this is how we have to understand this phenomena, which is nothing but the nature of the absolute. It is not different from the absolute. जो वस्तु विश्वात्मा का माया व सबल का दृंग मात्र स्वरूप शरीर वाली है, उसका किससे कैसे कब क्या होगा शुद्ध में परिणाम विवर्त आदि नहीं हो सकता है, यह भाव है. Now we have a point which can clearly be understood how the nature differs from the nature holder. Naam or Nami, the name holder and the name, they appear to be different from each other, and sometimes when we analyze it becomes one only. The name holder and the name, they are not different from each other. But while working, while behaving in the behavioral field, in the relative world, we difference between these two. I said, what is your name? You said, my name is Ram. I said, Ram, my name is Ram. You are not Ram, but name belongs to you. You are the name holder. Just as you hold your body, your parts of the body, your clothes, your belongings, your house, your daily needs, it is yours. But you are not all these. Whatever belongs to you, whatever relates to you, that is called your belongings. Okay? You are not your name. Name is different from you. That's how you said, my name is Ram. But when I said, Ram, can you walk? Come on, march forward. Then who walks? The body walks. Not Ram. Name doesn't walk. See the difference. This is what creates the confusion. Whether I Ram or my name is Ram. I am Ram. I am what is I am. Whether I am the body or the name or the form, who am I? Always there is confusion. That's how our life itself is confused. When you know who are you, which hold all these belongings, then you are different from all these. You become the seer of all these. You are the seer, but all these are seen in you. This is how your nature is your identity, but reality is not your nature. Other example we give, just as the fire, the heat and light is not called fire. It is its nature, qualities. Qualities are called nature, gun, qualities. So if you take out this heat and light from fire, what remains? That is unexpressible. Something remains, but it is neither light nor heat. Something remains. The existence exists. which is called as fire. Same in the case of water. When you take out the liquidity or the transformed forms of water, that is waves and bubbles, etc. From the water, liquidity, coolness, all these are taken from the water. What remains, you cannot express. That unexpressible, unseen object which remains, that is called truth, which is unexpressible. We see, but we see not. We know not. We know something is there. When your name and your qualities, your behavior, your daily transaction, actions and reactions, your senses, this is my sense, you say, your body, all these are taken out from you. What remains as you? The remnants is truth, which is not expressible. Something remains, that becomes the seer. That becomes the real seer. And the moment seer sees the scenes, objects, it identifies itself with the objects, that is called ego. The moment you want to see, your nature starts from ego. I. The false I is created. That is called ego, which is not reality. This is how I becomes the body. I am the body. And this is the first mistake we do in our life since its starting. I am the body and I have a name. This body is my form and it looks, it appears as many, though it is a body. Body means it is a group. So group means village. That's how the body is taken as a gram. Bhuta grama. All these elements, they live in this village called body. Body is a village in which all these elements, basic elements, they have their houses. Bhuta grama. So you are the absolute truth, unexpressible truth, unseen truth, but it is experienced by everyone, everywhere, in all conditions. Experience is truth, which is unexpressible. Because when experience is expressed, the second comes. You are not the second. Second is within the one, which creates the confusion. And this process, this phenomena is known as the world. The moment I is there, it feels I, then starts my. And my goes on multiplying in geometrical issue. This is the reality. And this this nature which we hold, our nature we hold, this nature, the moment you possess your nature, you identify yourself as the body and all these groups, that is, then you are called, you are holder of this body and all these groups. So that is called Saval Brahma. You are qualified truth. You have qualities. That is called qualified truth. And when nothing is seen, the absolute remains silent. It is called unqualified truth, the real truth. And then when it expresses its nature, all these qualities, then it is called qualified truth. You are also a part of the qualified truth, and the whole universe and everything, everywhere, in all conditions, the unqualified truth remains as the holder, the substratum of everything, whereas the qualified Brahma, qualified truth, behaves in different manners, in different ways. All these differences are created by the qualified truth. So we can say easily after these discussions that world is nothing but the body of the qualified truth, which is we otherwise known as, we know as the nature. Nature means whatever we see and where we compare and we have relationship with all these. That belongs to us, but we are not that. We are not, there is no we are, there is I am. And there is no I am, only I exists, which has got no identity. That is called unqualified truth. Do you follow, my dear inner ones? Do you get the point? Do you follow? Hari Om. Do you get the points and do you understand? Hari Om Mataji. Thank you for your presence, for your appearance. Do you follow how the story goes and explains the story? Thank you. Try to understand. Hello, how do you do? Hari Om. Do you follow the beauty of this world, the identity of this world, the illusive power, the form, the nature of nature? How is the nature? It is wonderful. A magic show. Thank you.
and gross is confused. Subtle and gross is confused.
क्या?
Subtle and gross also confused. The cause is
समझा नहीं. Subtle,
and gross also confused.
gross,
Gross
subtle and gross.
is confused.
Yes.
And coastal is stable. Gross is stable.
Stable is both. Both are stable, both appears as unstable. Stability appears as instability. Water is stable and waves are unstable. In wave there is water and in water there is wave. So this is called the cause for confusion, the illusive power. Both are in one. Two is in one is in two. उसको हम हिंदी में कहते हैं, we call it in हिंदी, एक्का दो एक्का दो एक्का दो, two of one, two for one, two for one, two for one. The fruit sellers, they shout at the bus station and railway station, they shout, two for one, two for one, two for one. पान मिश्रे, पान मिश्रे, पान बीड़ी cigarette, they sell, they say quickly, पान मिश्रे, पानु मिश्रे. Beautiful story, tomorrow I shall tell you in Hindi. So, two for one. For 1 rupee, 2 bananas. So they sell it in the bus station and they shout it. But it means also in the higher level we mean it. 1 becomes 2. 1 rupee has 2 bananas. 1 absolute becomes 2. 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 in 1, 2 in 1, 1 in 2. एक का दो बोलते हैं, हल्ला करते हैं, एक का दो एक का दो एक का दो एक का दो. This is how the vendors, they shout. माया सबल ही जगदात्मक है. This qualified truth is the form of this illusory world creation. वही दृष्टा और दृश्य के रूप से जगत रूप में उदित हुआ है. That qualified truth is the seer and seen and seeing process, and that exists as the world. Everywhere we see the same triad, the seer, seen and seeing, the doer, doing and done, the actor, action and acting, all these, the speaker, speech and speaking process, everywhere the triad makes this world. Whatever transactions we do in relative world, it is only triads, through triads. जो वस्तु विश्वात्मा का माया सबल का दृंग मात्र स्वरूप शरीर वाली है, उसी का किसी से कब क्या होगा, what will happen to that qualified truth which is seen as seer or the vision, and it itself is vision, it itself is seer, and it itself is seeing the process of vision. And this is the body of the illusory power. Illusory power body means the seer is the body. Seeing process is the relativity, and seen is the world. Object is this infinite world. Seeing process is the law of nature, and seer is the nature itself. So in this case, what is going to happen? If you scratch your left hand by right hand, what does happen? What happens? Does any action happen? When you stretch your leg, do you think you are doing some action? The leg is in the body is within the body. Action is done by the actor, but here everything is in one. So there is no action, no reaction. So if this is understood and experienced as reality, accepted, then hatva visa iman lokan na hanti na nivaddhati. Even he kills the whole world, destroys the whole world. He is not the destroyer, not the killer. There is no sin nor any merit in it. He never becomes the doer. Everything is done by nature. So this is to be understood to kill the powerful ego. I am not the doer. Naham karta, Hari karta. Hari matlab Maya saval Hari. I am not the doer. The nature is the doer. I am no here. And whatever is being done, O Lord, it is your worship. That means it is you in you. You are scratching your own body. If you smell some flower, the sweet smell you enjoy, what happens? Do you do any action? It is within you. When you inhale and exhale, does it call an action? When you eat something by your hand, by your mouth, what is done? You are within yourself. So if you touch your own leg by your own hand, do you think it becomes an action and you will get the reaction? So there is no world, there is no action and reaction, there is no cause and effect, there is no seer nor seen. Nothing is there, whatever remains in the end. This is how the Vedas go on with negating everything, the negating process. This is not, this is not, this is not, this is not, that is not, that is not. So whatever, negating everything, whatever remains, the absolute truth remains as the absolute existence. That is the reality.
So expansion and contraction also not there.
Not there. No relativity, no dualism. How many hearts you have? Does it make dualism to you? Does it make two of your identity? You become two by two hands. And another point we have to note, important point. Whatever you see outside, you know the perception process, theory of perception. You see the outside world by your own eyes. You are the seer, and seeing is your process, and seen is outside objects. Objects. Where do you see it? Unless all these impressions are collected by your senses from outside and taken inside, you don't see anything. Practically, when your retina and eyeballs are not perfect, they have been diseased, and your connectivity, that inner nerve which connects the eyeballs with the brain, if that is destroyed or diseased, you cannot see outside. So there is no outside objects when there is no eyes. If you close your eyes, you cannot see the forms. When you close your ears, you cannot hear the sound. So when your windows are closed, you cannot see the outside world. Your doors and windows are closed. You are inside the room, you cannot see the outside. These senses are only windows. You have some windows in your laptop and your what do you call it? क्या कहते हो इसको? और बड़ा को, बड़ा वाला जो टेबल में रखते हो क्या? Computer. You have some windows in your computer, isn't it? By that you see the things. Similarly, all these windows are there in your body which are called senses. So, what I mean, what is understood, outside is not outside, it is inside only. Your windows are in the body, and whatever it collects through, that is deposited in your brain, and that is what you see. So, clearly it is taken for granted. Vishwam darpan drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantragatam. Your mind is your mirror, and all these objects are reflected through the senses in your mind, and that is how you see the outside world. It is not there outside, but it is only within your heart of hearts, within you. So world is not outside. When you try to see, then world appears to be. Where is your world at your deep sleep state? Do you see the world? Where does it go? And if it disappears, how does it appear in the morning again? Because your gateways are open, your windows are open, so you see the outside. When you get up from your bed in the closed room, don't you open the windows and doors to get out? Then only you have contact with the outside world. So how can you say being trapped within your room means body? How can you say the outside is real? And where has gone your inside inner chamber? Where has it gone? Where are you? Whether you are outside or inside. You have to consider all these points before we go to a conclusion. So, in the end we say, all these शुद्ध में परिणाम विवर्त आदि नहीं सकते हैं, यह भाव है. All these water cannot become waves. There is no wave, only water is there. Change your vision, the world will change. This is how they say. अपने को बदल दो, दुनिया बदल जाएगा. अब भला तो जग भला. If you are good, the world becomes good. This is the truth, but we cannot accept it because of our wrong habits. We are slave to our habits. There is no world. You are alone. There are no many. You are all alone, one only. And you see your world within yourself. Within yourself. There is no outside, no inside. Everything is in the center. In the center. It is not outside the center. So, if you want to go to the center of the balloon, what will you do? A balloon, blown balloon. Because you blow it, that's why it is called balloon. And when you want to go to the center of the balloon, when you reach your center of the balloon, does the balloon remain as a balloon? Why don't you go to the center of the balloon? So the conclusion is, all these modifications, transformations and changes are not there. It is only existence exists as the remnants after the discussions or visions. There is no world. Quiet, be quiet. Don't ask any question. There is no question, no answer. There is no speaker, no hearer. Keep quiet. Be in you. Stop your mouth. जी साहब जी, जी साहब जी. Silence, please. That is the only way to know the truth. Silence is the language. That is the highest language. That's how we say, Maunam Sarvartha Sadhakam. Silence is the way to reach everything, to get everything, to reach everywhere. Silence is the vehicle. Silence is the method to speak and hear. Silence is the knowledge. Silence is the center and periphery. Silence speaks everything. Silence is the explanation. Silence is the question and answer also. That is the remnants. After howling, shouting, and squealing and crying aloud, then everybody comes to silent words. Silence is the end of everything. Silence is the real language. बोध और अबोध रूप सबल परमात्मा में क्या असाध्य है, परम बोध को प्राप्त न हुई संबित की पदार्थ कुलता, पदार्थ कुलता. उचित है जो संबित, जो पदार्थ रूप है, वही है संसार. जो ज्ञान, the knowledge which takes the form of objects, that is called world. Knowledge in the form of objects is called world. Beautiful new definition of the world. Knowledge in the form of objects, names and forms. Knowledge in the form of names and forms is called world. रिसर्च करने से सब साम थेसिस मिलता है ना. हम अभी नया थेसिस निकाले, नया आइडेंटिटी है संसार का. बैलून भी है. To find out the center of balloon is knowing the world. Knowledge of the world. क्या सुंदर डेफिनेशन.
सूत्र में एक सूत्र है, प्रकाश सिद्धिशीलम भूतेन्द्रियात्मकम भोग अपवर्गार्थम दृश्य.
इसको क्या समझते हो? विक्षेप मीन्स outward projection is called vikshep. Outward projection, your expression, projection, outgoing tendency is called vikshepa. Shepana means throw. It is thrown out. Your senses have been thrown out. That is called vikshepa. When your senses are thrown out, how do you understand it? When your knowledge, covered up knowledge, knowledge is covered up by I, inside I, ego, and its desires and all these nature of the mind. All these are the covering. When it goes through the covering outward, it is called a big shape. Again, please. Prakash is light. That means the self, the knowledge itself is known as light. Knowledge is light. Why? Because without light you don't see objects. So, knowledge is light, light is knowledge. So, Prakash.
Sthitiशीலம்.
Huh?
Sthitiशीlam.
Huh? Sthiti sthiram.
Sthitiशीlam. Sheelam.
Sheelam means its nature. Prakash, the nature of knowledge is equilibrium.
Bodhendriyatmakam.
Bodhendriya, the knowledge, senses of knowledge. When senses of knowledge go from the equilibrium state of the knowledge which is natural, when it tries to go out, that is called vikshepa. That is known as vikshepa. माया का तीन रूप है. The form of Maya, the illusory power, is mal vikshep avaran. By three means it works. Working system. Working system is of illusory power to hide the thing, being a cover. Avaran. Mal, the dart, confusionness or confusion is called mal. And vikshep is going outward tendency is called vikshep. Outward tendency of the senses. So these three are the form of the illusory power or the wage of action of illusory power or its nature. Illusory power nature is mal vikshep avaran. That's how you know the illusory power Maya, which disturbs the mind, which is known as the form of mind. Mind is always outgoing by nature, and mind is always restless, so it hides the real knowledge. So tomorrow we shall see further. Today we have discussed whatever we have discussed till now. the essence of our whole story as an answer to Ram's question, what is the form of Maya? How is illusory power? So we shall see it tomorrow further. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishate Om Shanti 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 Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय शब्द ब्रह्म की जय सरस्वती मैया की जय योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय हरि ओम
Swamiji, pranam.
प्रणाम माता जी हाँ थैंक यू
Pranam, Swamiji.
हरि ओम प्रणाम प्रणाम हरि ओम
Om Swamiji.